You sent that text hours ago. You sent that text hours ago. It's been delivered. It's been read. But there's no reply. You call. It goes straight to voicemail. You see them online, active, posting, living their life, but to you, they are a ghost. The air grows thick with unspoken words, and a cold dread settles in your stomach. You start replaying every conversation, every moment, desperately trying to figure out what you did wrong. The more you reach out, the deeper the silence becomes. What you think is silence is actually control. The narcissist speaks loudest when they say nothing at all. This isn't just ignoring you, it's a meticulously crafted psychological game. Today, we're exposing the 5 phases of this cruelest game, counting down from 5 to 1, to reveal the dark architecture of narcissistic control. Let's start with number 5, the reset trap. After a conflict, you expect a resolution, a conversation. Instead, you get silence. This isn't about cooling off. It's a calculated strategy to erase the issue without taking any responsibility. The narcissist knows that your desire for connection is stronger than your need for an apology. So they wait. They wait until your anxiety peaks, until you can't stand the quiet anymore. Then when they finally break the silence, they act as if nothing ever happened. The original problem is never addressed. They've successfully reset the dynamic, teaching you that bringing up issues will only lead to you being punished with agonizing silence. You learn to swallow your feelings just to keep the peace. Now for number 4, the punishment phase. Did you dare to disagree with them? Did you set a boundary? Or perhaps you received attention from someone else and they felt a flicker of jealousy. For the narcissist, any perceived slight, no matter how small, is a declaration of war. The silent treatment becomes their verdict and your sentence. It's a cold, hard punishment designed to make you feel isolated and powerless. The message is crystal clear. You have displeased me, and now you will be emotionally exiled until I decide you've learned your lesson. This isn't just passive aggression, it's active emotional abuse. They are deliberately inflicting pain to train you, like a pet, to never cross them again. It's a chilling display of what psychologist Alfred Adler called the drive for superiority. They achieve a sense of power not by lifting themselves up, but by pushing you down into a silent abyss. Have you ever begged for a response that never came? If you have, comment below. Silence was their weapon. Let's move on to number 3, the mirror of guilt. This is where the manipulation becomes truly insidious. The narcissist uses silence to turn your own mind against you. As the quiet stretches on, you're left alone with your thoughts. Your brain, desperate for an explanation, starts to create one. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I'm too needy. Maybe it's all my fault. The narcissist provides no information, so you are forced to fill in the blanks, and you almost always fill them with self-blame. They are holding up a silent mirror, and in it, they want you to see a flawed, guilty person who is responsible for their withdrawal. This taps into what Sigmund Freud described as the mechanism of guilt manipulation. By saying nothing, the narcissist activates your deepest insecurities, making you believe you are the problem. You become your own torturer, and they don't have to lift a finger. We're now at number 2, the power gap. Communication is a two-way street, built on mutual respect. The silent treatment demolishes that street and erects a wall. On one side, there's you, anxious, desperate for connection, sending messages into the void. On the other side is the narcissist, sitting on a throne of indifference, watching you scramble. This creates an enormous power imbalance. They hold all the cards because they control the flow of communication and therefore your emotional state. While you are in a state of turmoil, they feel a surge of control and dominance. This is what the political philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli would recognize as a classic power play. The strategic use of withholding to create psychological dependence. They become the gatekeeper of your emotional well-being. Your peace of mind is no longer yours. It's a privilege they can grant or revoke at will. And finally, we arrive at the number one most devastating reason behind the silent treatment: the control silence. This is the core of the entire game. It's not just about punishment or power in a single moment. It's about long-term systemic control. As Carl Rogers explained, healthy relationships are built on unconditional positive regard. The narcissist offers the exact opposite: conditional regard. Their affection is a reward for your compliance. The silent treatment is the ultimate expression of this conditionality. It's a constant, lingering threat. You begin to walk on eggshells, terrified of triggering another silent episode. You self-censor, shrink yourself, and abandon your own needs to please them, all to avoid the unbearable pain of being emotionally abandoned again. This is what philosopher Erich Fromm warned of: control disguised as detachment. They appear calm and unaffected, but beneath the surface, their silence is a finely tuned instrument of psychological warfare, designed to break your spirit and ensure your total submission. It's a denial of your existence, a message that you are so insignificant, you are not even worthy of a response. Carl Jung would call this the projection of their own inner void, their shadow, an inability to feel empathy, which they force you to experience on their behalf. So how do you break free from this cruel game? The first step is to recognize it for what it is: a deliberate act of emotional abuse, not a reflection of your worth. You must reclaim your emotional independence. Instead of chasing them, turn your focus inward. Ground yourself. When they go silent, do not flood their phone with messages. Use that time to reconnect with yourself. Go for a walk, talk to a friend who respects you, or engage in a hobby you love. Show yourself the validation you are seeking from them. Psychologically, you need to detach. See their silence not as a painful void, but as data. It's information telling you that this person is incapable of healthy conflict resolution. This is not your fault to fix. As Karen Horney theorized, this is a neurotic manipulation tactic. The only way to win is not to play. Drop the rope. Let their silence hang in the air, but refuse to let it occupy your mind. Fill your own life with noise, with joy, with people who communicate with respect. Their silence only has power if you are listening for their response. When you stop listening, their cruelest weapon becomes useless. You take back your power, not by making them talk, but by realizing you don't need to hear from them to be whole. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more insights into navigating complex personalities. Stay strong, and remember, your voice deserves to be heard, even if it's just by you.